Davido basically invited us to an apartment that he was staying in Kilburn.
Yeah.
And told us point blank in his bedroom that, listen, I don't care about the money. I just want the show to be done right.
Yeah.
I want the audiences to have an amazing time.
I think there's also clickiness in the industry. Stop being clicks with it. If Wizkid does something, everybody celebrates. If Burna now all of a sudden, Burna.
Mr. Eazi, when he came, not only did he change the Afrobeat sound with Skin Tight and Banku Lines and all of that stuff, he slowed the tempo down. He brought a completely different vibe to Afrobeat.
Everything in South Africa.
Facts.
We booked him for shows.
Facts.
We celebrated his music. AKA collabed with him in many occasions.
Yeah, but Burnaboy's hook was hot. Oh, man, slow down.
Okay.
Yeah, running on the job.
All right, chill.
Bang, bang,
I know you love Burna, but chill.
You're listening to Adeshokbe Live, the Afrobeats Podcast.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to another edition of Adeshokbe Live, the official Afrobeats podcast with myself, Adeshokbe Olajide, where I break down the hottest topics in the culture alongside my celebrity guest in the building to chop it up and share our thoughts on the hot stories. As always, you can always subscribe, comment, share, like across all social medias, from YouTube to Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast from. And a big shout out as well for everybody that's been doing that. We're going up. The numbers are going up on YouTube with the subscribers and all of that. And a shout out to the younger TV viewers as well. You can catch us every weekend, Saturdays at 7:30 p.m. and a repeat on Mondays at 7 p.m. on Sky 186, Free View 171 and FreeSat 264 here in the UK and across Europe. So make sure you watch us there. As always, I'm joined by a returnee in the building who has always had some incredible and tasty commentary when it comes to the hot topics. Is the one and only broadcaster extraordinaire, Zanita. How you doing, my sister?
Great, thank you. I'm happy to be back.
Great, man. It's always a pleasure to have you. You've got some very interesting commentary. So, the people always ask for you back, and we have some South African stories that you'll be able to sink your teeth into again this week. So
looking forward to it.
It's a pleasure to have you. We're going to be looking at Davido celebrating his 10 years on stage. We have Black Coffee and Wife, as well as some shocking video that went viral this week showing rapper AKA and his late fiancée Nelly, as well as a big headline that came out of the United States of America, Love and Hip Hop, with Portia. I think is one of...
No, it's Desperate Housewives.
Is it
Desperate Housewives? Atlanta.
No, it's wait. No, it's something Housewives, not Desperate.
It is Desperate Housewives.
No, it's not Desperate Housewives.
Is it not Desperate Housewives?
No.
Housewives of Atlanta.
Exactly.
I think it's called Housewives. Sorry, I think it's a show
of Atlanta.
Yeah.
Big story that came out of that, and we'll be asking a big question about girl code. We talk about guy code all the time.
Mm-hmm.
How important is girl code this time? But before we get into that story, I'd like to discuss with you our partnership with Shoobs.com, where Shoobs is the leading discovery hub for Black cultural experiences, bringing you the latest events, music, and news. With Shoobs, you can discover and buy tickets to the best events happening in your city to satisfy your every need. Now, if you're on a hunt for bottomless brunches, the latest Afrobeats concerts, or just a banging night out, Shoobs has got you covered, especially now that the doors are open. Shoobs is at the center of all experiences, whether you're an event organizer looking to sell out your event, or just an event organizer looking to sell out your event, or you're just looking for the perfect event to attend. Visit Shoobs.com now and get Shoobs in. It's going to be absolutely amazing. There's so many events on there that you
I'm
really
a piano and Afro House. Afro
seen
House
that?
and I'm a piano. I'm a piano and Afrobeats.
Listen, go get that on Shoobs.com. Our people have some amazing events for you to attend. We're going to start in Nigeria, where superstar
I'm excited about this.
Davido and Afrobeats superstar Davido celebrated 10 years on stage this past week. Now, the singer, who officially started his career in 2011, has gone on from being a relative unknown to one of the biggest acts in the world and one of the top entertainers from Africa. I also shared some memorable moments with Davido, being his first interview in the UK on Factory 78.
Yeah.
Which shows the
Hey,
beginnings.
you come from far, man.
It's been a long time, isn't
Trust me. At least you got a full beard now.
Which shows the beginnings of his global domination. Now, Davido was celebrated by some folks in the industry, such as media platforms, promoters like Smade, and entertainers like Don Jazzy. However, it was noted that a host of his colleagues kind of turned a blind eye to the accomplishment, to which Davido replied to a fan on Twitter who questioned his colleagues' radio silence by saying, and I quote, "Not today," end quote, which simply means it's not today that they've started
doing this,
well, regardless, 10 years is no small feat, and we here at Afrobeats Podcast would like to give a big shout out to the incredible David for an amazing 10 years. He's been able to do incredible stuff, and we're wishing him another incredible 10 years to see where he will take Afrobeats, Afropop culture to the next level. Zanita, first of all, let's start with David celebrating 10 years on stage and such an amazing feat. What were your thoughts when you saw that?
I had to reflect and really think, like, he is really an amazing man. He's gone through so much within the industry. He's accomplished so much. He's a great family man. He's created opportunities for people around him.
Facts.
I think Smade posted something about, he didn't worry about the money because he understood the vision.
Absolutely. I was part of that meeting where we went to meet David at the peak of his career. He had Fall and Fire at the time.
Yeah.
And every promoter in the world was throwing money at his table to book him to perform.
Yeah.
And Davido basically invited us to an apartment that he was staying in Kilburn.
Yeah.
And told us point blank in his bedroom that, listen, I don't care about the money. I just want the show to be done right.
Yeah.
I want the audiences to have an amazing time. And I want the music to be celebrated the way I see that vision. And I believe Smade is the right guy to do it. So I'm agreeing to work with you, even though we haven't spoken about how much you're going to have to pay me or whatever. And we walked out of that room that day knowing that Smade and the hottest act in the Afrobeat scene.
Yeah.
And I agreed to a massive concert without a contract on table. That was huge.
That was huge because I think he knew what he was bringing to the culture, and also I think in the UK especially, Afrobeats had grown immensely, and I think a lot of people who we have celebrated here have gone on to do even greater things. Wizkid is one of them, because I remember when Wizkid first came out, and came here and we were seeing him in clubs. We was called Governor at the time.
That was almost the same type of situation where I interviewed Wizkid at Smade's house then too. He had come for a show at Governor Bar, 200 capacity at the time.
So I understand why he would do that, especially when it comes to business, because even though he let's say he didn't get money for that show, he's gone on to the impact that it had is enough that to put not even just clout for him and make him more popular, but also to help him to cross over. So I understand from a business perspective. I think he was really smart for doing that. His music has been phenomenal. He's grown as well because we all know that he wasn't really good at freestyling.
Nobody is. If you're not a rapper,
he's not a rapper.
Most times,
he had to go through the fact that he went to America, and then that album flopped in a way. People didn't really celebrated in Nigeria, and then he went back to Nigeria, I don't know, I really admire him as a man and a businessman and also an entertainer. He stands up for himself as well. And I know people always say they look down on him just because of his family, obviously being rich and stuff, but I feel like he's worked Like, and I don't listen to them type of comments.
Yeah,
like,
I
you know,
don't, so
and
it's
also we need to respect. I understand the comparing, but at the same time, we also need to just
appreciate them as individuals, rather than having to pit them next to another artist to say this one is better than that one.
Yeah, and also
like
because everybody brings something different to the table. You know, people will be like, "Oh, we don't like the fact that Davido is loud. He's an entertainer. That's him. That's his personality." You know, Wizkid doesn't have to dance anymore on stage. Do you get what I mean? Like, but Davido's always been loud. He came out with Davido being loud. Do you know what I mean? And people expect him to change, but I feel like that's his personality. We've seen his personality stay like that over the years, so it's not fake. He's authentic to himself. So yeah, congratulations. This is really big. I hope you know, you do more. I mean, when he won the award in America and made a speech by saying, "You guys need to come and you know," all of a sudden everybody is coming home. You know, so you have to give him props. I think people do things in different ways, like climb up the ladder to success in different ways. And we need to be able to respect him for what he done. And we need to understand that just because you're rich, you still need to prove yourself even more. It's even harder for you to prove yourself. Really, I mean, look at DJ Cuppy. A lot of people are not. They still not warming up to her. But they don't understand that people are working hard behind you. I feel like when you come from a big name or a big family or money that has
especially
money
in Africa,
you have to work double harder because people always think things are handed to you.
What about the statement that his colleagues in the industry turned a blind eye to his celebration? I think
that is sad.
I picked up
and I think that is stupid. Yes, I did. Because usually when anybody, you know, if we say 10 years in the game, the fellas or anyone, to be honest, people always be reposting. Yeah. But even industry behind the scenes people, I was surprised. Like people who I thought would have posted didn't. And I was thinking, why? But I guess what? That ain't gonna hurt his pocket. He's gonna be more successful.
But the problem is, one of the reasons why I had a slight issue with that, when I looked at it a little bit deeper, was we don't, you know, we've brought politics into celebrating genuine success.
Yeah.
And by doing that, we've also opened the door to our success not being celebrated the right way.
Yeah.
Because when you don't celebrate others,
nobody's
going to celebrate you. Especially when you understand the ladder that someone had to climb to reach that height. 10 years on stage, coming from one single
when people,
to another single.
Some people don't even make it to a second single.
What?
Or even survive the fact that he went to America, his album flopped, came back, and he's still done it again. Do you know what I mean? There's so many things that we can admire about him. That's why I say it makes him an even greater man. Because he could easily just start calling out people, you know, start beefing people out loud. I think there's also clickiness in the industry. Stop being cliques with it. If Wizkid does something, everybody celebrates. If Burna now all of a sudden, because Burna back in the day wasn't as celebrated as much as he is now.
No, we gotta be honest. So, I'm with you, 1,000%.
And we need to eliminate this thing about, you know, the industry gatekeepers.
Yeah, the last person that used that statement, that phrase to me about a week and a half ago, who's shout out to my sister that used it to me. I told her point blank, I'm no gatekeeper.
Yeah.
I am a fan of the culture.
Yeah.
Not a gatekeeper. Gatekeeper, when they use that for you, it is an evil term.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why it's an evil term. Because it means you are part of the people that are saying this is the star, that's not the star.
Yeah.
This person will allow in, that person will allow
in.
Yeah. And then some of them...
And then it stops being authentic. The art stops being authentic.
Because it now becomes who people like and who people pick.
And you might not even be talented. It's just that people
you're
like
in
you.
The right,
you're in the right room. You kiss the right bum, and it shouldn't be like that. When it comes to art, it should be just about art.
Absolutely.
Yes, especially when it's the very same people who are creating these opportunities for you in the first place. If Davido wasn't there and didn't have the impact that he's had in Afrobeats and just Africa, period, a lot of people wouldn't have jobs right now.
Facts.
A lot of people.
Facts.
So I feel like that is wrong. I don't think. Anyway, keep doing what you're doing. I feel like the more people keep doing this, the more greater he will be.
Yeah.
You know?
And I also think there's one lesson I also learned from David with this celebrating the 10-year anniversary of him being on stage, which was, guess what? He started that celebration first. So he celebrated his own achievements.
Yeah.
And told the world that, guess what, guys? I'm 10 years on stage today.
Yeah.
And it is big enough an accomplishment for me to say to myself, well done.
Yeah.
So when he started to celebrate himself,
Yeah.
those that were wise enough to respect what he was doing,
Yeah.
picked and piggybacked off of what he was doing to say,
Yeah.
yo, shout outs to my brother Davido, man. You've done well for 10 years. But if he hadn't started that celebration, maybe a lot of people wouldn't have seen that. So I say that to say this. Whenever you think you have achieved something that deserves or is worthy enough for a pat on the back for yourself, do not wait for others to celebrate that. You pick up yourself and say, yo, I don't work. I've done well.
Yeah.
It might not be publicly, it might be privately, but you have to give yourself those moments where you celebrate the achievements and the milestones that
That's
you
a
have reached.
decade. That's
big.
a generation.
What?
Like that's a
whole
Because when he came out, that means I was 19. That's when Afrobeats was picking up anyway. Like, let's not lie, I was 19. That was a whole wave. When Namadura came out, that was a normal. If you hear that in the club.
Wizkid had just come out the year before. So it was an anomaly.
No, but even if Wizkid came out before,
let me explain.
They kind of all came out together.
No, let me explain.
Because we only caught on
Let me
to
finish
Wizkid.
what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
Is Wizkid just came out the year before.
Yeah.
So for us to have had another impactful young man from Nigeria less than 12 months after was almost like, it was like lightning striking twice. It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
So a lot of people felt it was probably just going to be a fad, or it was just like a one-hit wonder situation. But guess what? No. This was another legend born in the game just 12 months after another legend was born in the game.
Yeah.
And they now have formed a generation of artists that will go down in history as people that changed the face of pop culture, not Afrobeats.
Yeah.
Pop culture in Africa and the way people see us because of Davido, because of his success, because of how forceful and how impactful he's been.
Yeah.
People look at us different. They talk about these artists like they were born and, they're hustling in LA.
Yeah.
Because of how these guys and girls have changed the game. So you have to celebrate yourself, and that will lead into other celebrating.
I'm actually even thinking other artists have had like teams. Like Wiz had what's that team? He had Banky, EME. He had all of those people as well. Yeah. I'm trying to think, who did Davido have?
He was lead of HKN.
Yeah.
It was David.
Yeah.
David was
So
the
that's something that you have to acknowledge.
Paved the way for artists. Davido put artists on.
Mayokun is one of the most successful people that are coming out under him.
Mayokun has the best collaborative verses in Afrobeats in the last 14 months.
Yeah.
And that's facts.
He's been leading the game.
It's crazy.
But you posted something about like how much people are making right now, and Burnaboy was number one. Yeah. But I was thinking, why is Davido's one so low?
I think there's a huge deficit in the UK. The UK is hugely leading the way when it comes to Afrobeat streams.
Okay.
This is a big market, and for some reason, the likes of Burnaboy and Mr. Eazi and Wizkid.
I'm surprised Mr. Eazi is getting so much because he hasn't really released that much music.
He hasn't had that many hits in the last couple of years, but he was the first person to really lead the charge when
Yeah,
it comes to
in the
streams
UK, yeah.
in the UK.
Yeah.
So that still carries.
Yeah.
And when you understand the streaming world, especially Spotify, all you need to do is make sure that you're constantly releasing music. It doesn't necessarily have to be hits. Your audience that you've gathered over the last 3 or 4 years will continue. Fuse ODG's in the top 10.
I was
And
surprised.
Fuse,
Fuse
yeah.
hasn't released.
However,
in ages.
he's releasing music, and that audience that he was already a big star to, they stay. Once you understand the algorithms,
Might be white people that are
no, even black
anyone
people.
that has caught on from outside of Africa.
Even anybody that loved Fuse ODG's music 5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
Once you are on his Spotify, whenever new music comes up, you automatically play it and you listen to it, and that gives him the streams. So Malik Berry, he had a smash in Control.
Yeah.
Had a smash with the EPs.
Yeah.
And that continues. It sticks as long as you release projects. And Malik, just about 5 or 6 months ago, he dropped
released
another
us.
project.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
all. You don't need to. With the streaming world now, you don't necessarily have to drop hit records when you've had a following on streaming platforms like Spotify. You just have to be consistent with releasing content. When you do that, your followership and your listenership will stay.
Yeah.
That's why those numbers there, are what it is.
Yeah.
But again,
Because
the
it's not
UK
about, at the end of the day, it's not about popularity.
No, it's about consistency.
Because if it was about popularity, then the first 3 people would probably be Burna, Wiz, and Davido.
David. Yeah, so it's just, it's just how to maneuver. And I think people like Mr. Eazi being in that top chart shows
Mr.
you.
Eazi is, listen, I like you, sir. I know you got a girlfriend, but I
he's a
like you
smart
because
dude.
he's really smart.
Yeah.
And when it comes to like business or anything,
He made the
he's
charge
so smart.
Yeah,
he's
made
the
some
one
moves.
who's one of the people who helped Joe Boy,
Definitely.
to where he is right now. Like
He's currently in Rwanda because he's just done a deal with trying to do a deal with the finance and the investment kind of sector. I think he's met with the president.
Yeah.
He wants to look into tech and stuff like that. So he's making strides when it comes to outside of music.
Yeah.
And he's been able to do that from the beginning. So
Yeah.
that's one of the reasons why no matter what anybody wants to say, I've said it consistently that Mr.
Eazi is smart, and his impact is going to be.
You're never going to be able to sweep it under the carpet. Because
Yeah.
Mr. Eazi, when he came, not only did he change the Afrobeat sound with Skin Tight and Banku Lines and all of that stuff, he slowed the tempo down. He brought a completely different vibe to Afrobeats where everybody had to walk that walk or else you were losing the audience. So his impact with Afrobeats around the world, particularly in the UK, would never, ever, ever be understated because it was a huge impact and it continues to benefit from that. Well, from Nigeria, we go over to South Africa, where this past week has continued to be filled with sad, heartbreaking stories of rapper AKA and his late fiancée, Nelly Tembe. Now, videos have surfaced showing the volatile nature of the relationship between both of them, with one showing a trashed room and AKA's voice in the background saying he recorded this for evidence, showing what his late fiancée had done. Another clip showed Nelly in tears and being consoled by others in the room. These clips were being shared to push the narrative that the relationships were full of abuse, to which AKA responded with a statement saying clips going out with malicious intent, where the clips going out are with malicious intent behind them. He agreed to having a difficult relationship with his late fiancée, but at no time was he an abuser and would not stand for being painted as such. In addition to those 2 videos, I saw another video with him apparently breaking down the door to get into the house. And was she the one recording that video?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Allegedly, we don't know. Yeah.
Zenita, you and I have spoken about this case consistently. And second of all, sadly, South Africa's
rate of GBV violence is at
history
77%.
with gender-based violence is one that is shocking. It is shocking across Africa, don't get me wrong. But somehow, South Africa has gotten one of the worst reputations in the world for violence against women.
Yeah.
And domestic abuse. And not only has this story been in families, it's also been in the celebrity world.
Yeah.
We have seen not one, not two, not three.
Yeah.
I again repeat that rapper AK has put out a statement denouncing any allegations of abuse towards his late fiancée. However, the videos look damaging
Terrible. Yeah.
and terrible. What are your thoughts?
Do you know, this one is a bit hard for me, guys. And I do try to be politically correct.
Yep.
And I always believe women first because obviously of the male-dominated world that we live in and the industry and stuff. But for me, this one is a bit difficult for me because even though I'm seeing videos, I mean, I feel like there's two sides to a story.
Facts.
And unfortunately, you know, the victim, as they want to say, has passed away. And people are calling for his music to be muted, you know, for his companies and all these things. I feel this one is a double-edged sword for me because I wish that all this came out when they were in a relationship. Because the thing about the industry, and we all need to understand it, is that people build you up to tear you down.
Yes.
So people were already, you know, people are very judgmental about the situation already because they're famous people. And, you know, they want to pin her death onto someone.
Onto somebody.
Yeah.
Onto somebody.
They want to hold someone responsible. And it's really hard for me. I feel like her parents have come out and said it was due to, you know, drugs and alcohol.
Yeah.
And I think we need to kind of respect her parents and not really override her parents because it's allegedly it's a friend that released the videos, you know? Man. And I mean, there's some messages saying that, you know, AKA did communicate with her family and about this, and Anela as well. His fiance did communicate with his mom, but I understand where, you know, generation difference. It's like our parents sometimes will dumb things down.
Because allegedly there was a message that apparently had come from Nelly's dad to AKA saying, you know, you should stick to it. Yeah. You know, it was love and whatever. Yeah. And almost the same type of vibe came from allegedly AKA's mother as well to Nelly. Yeah.
So I feel like it's a bit tricky. This one is tricky.
But what about,
I can't choose sides. Regardless, because I mean, it's very, when you see a video, yes, it's very easy for you to be like, okay, you pin it onto somebody. And because a lot of the time, South African women or women in general are not believed when, you know, they are being abused. Yes. And it's also a double-edged sword because it's like when Anele was alive, obviously because she never said anything to anyone, publicly, then it's not like we can't really, there's not much we can say, you know. I'll use the Babes Will Do More, you know, example with my baby.
Instagram Live.
Yeah, so that one was Instagram Live. So we saw it and we couldn't deny it. And no matter how much the whole country fought for her, she still went back to an abusive situation.
Let me now say something. First of all, once again, we have to state AKA's position, which is that he denounces any allegations of abuse and violence towards his late fiancée, Aneli Tembe, and we have every right to believe his words. Again, you know, there was a video in there where you can clearly see that he filmed the room. Yeah. And he was saying in his own breath that he's filming this for evidence. Yeah. To prove that he hadn't done anything wrong and that his late fiancée was responsible for breaking down the room.
Okay, yeah.
So that was there. But what I wanted to also say is this, because you mentioned the Babes Was Dumo situation where there was an obvious video, Instagram Live, that set everybody's temperature going crazy. Yeah. So if there is no video and a woman says there's abuse,
that's the thing. Like, I don't feel like, I feel like, that's why I say it's a tricky situation. It's very tricky.
Especially because, you know,
I feel like she's gone, so it's extremely hard. You know, for us to be, and if her parents now came out and said we want justice, and yes, this was a, you know, abusive relationship, then by all means, 100% we should back the family.
Father, I think, what the father said at the burial, saying that
this is all about drugs. Yeah, so I feel like it's people outside,
and both of them, and AKA has also spoken about the fact that, yo, man, he's not no saint, and perhaps he indulged in perhaps the drugs and the alcohol.
He did indulge. That's not alleged.
You know, so he's also made that statement. But what he just would not stand for is being
pinned
called
for her death.
an abuser and being blamed for her death.
Yeah. The thing is about it as well is that Anele was really young.
21?
Yeah.
Gosh.
She was really young. She just came out of uni. She's really young. So, a lot of people are going to make excuses for
loss.
like her behavior, like, the drugs. Oh, she's just under AKA's influence,
And the video where she was crying on the ground
and people are stopping her.
trying to, and then
she's like, look where he is.
He's gone.
Yeah.
And then the other sad thing was AKA has to go back to work. And he was booked to perform at a
NetBank.
And he performed, right?
Yeah, so people are just
people are now
you're not
saying,
even remorseful.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
When is the right time to go back to work? That depends on everybody.
It depends on the actual person.
Absolutely.
People grieve in different ways.
I agree.
Because you can perform and still be grieving.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
You could be in automatic phase. Some people might even not be grieving right now.
Yeah, they're going to grieve later. Yeah. So they're just doing what they need to do at the time. When it comes to this AKA and I'm not going to lie to you, it is tricky. It's tricky because, yes, I'll always support women,
Absolutely.
Especially when, it comes to situations like this where her voice, unfortunately, is not heard. Okay, fair enough. If her friend suspects that AKA has something to do with it, I don't really blame the friend for releasing.
So was it her friend that released it or his friend? I know
they're saying it's her friend because they're saying that if the day that video was recorded, the friend then sent Anele then sent it to her friend as proof and then went to her friend's
But what
place.
about his videos that came out? The ones he was recording?
I have no
It's just
idea.
crazy. Yeah.
I think maybe he released it
Just to
to
protect
counterpart
himself.
that other, part. I think this situation is completely... I don't blame the friend, like I said, for releasing it if she suspects or has an inkling that he had something to do with her death. Do you know what I mean? Like, you would feel bad as a person if you could potentially have information that, that could have protected your friend or, to try prove that someone is guilty when they are.
Yeah.
So I don't completely blame the friend for releasing all these things. I just wish that she done it while Anele was alive.
And then we could have gotten to the bottom of that.
Yeah.
And then maybe they could have helped each other. It's just a sad story overall because unfortunately the young lady, if you're just finding out, that's AKA's fiance, Anele Tembe, had sadly passed away. She fell from, I believe it's 10th story at a hotel in South Africa. She sadly fell naked out of the...
Yeah, that's what...
And she passed away, and they had just announced their engagement a couple of weeks prior to that situation, and it's just been a barrage of sad stories coming out of that relationship and that whole situation since then, especially.
We were so happy for them.
Not only for the relationship, but AKA
KA
was at the top of his, game. He had a TV show that was rated highly. He's got a brand partnership with his vodka bunch. He's just bought a restaurant and nightclub in South Africa. I'm not gonna lie,
this cut me because I don't really enjoy his music. Let me just put that out there.
Oh, you love his brand.
Yeah, but I just love him as
His
a person,
brand. Yeah,
especially when he stood up for South Africa when it came up to like all the xenophobic stuff that happened. He does defend us. He's proudly South African.
He did that at the cost of relationships, like his brother Burnaboy, a huge fan base in Nigeria. He did that he almost lost me, but I was just wise enough to know that there was obviously, even though that looked bad, there obviously had to be a little bit of patriotism and somebody at that level trying to find the best way to calm nerves. So I got that, but as a Nigerian, watching all of those videos,
Guys,
I was looking for you. You know what I mean? I was like,
you should have found me because I have an issue. Listen, Wizkid came out. Let me tell you one thing that you can never take away about South Africa, and I'll say it proudly. We are talented people.
Facts.
Our culture is rich.
Facts.
Okay, I feel like people need to give South Africa the benefit of the doubt We've only been free from apartheid for 27 years.
Facts.
A lot of changes need to happen in our country, yes. There's a lot of people who, you know, like I said, there's a lot of people who are rich and there's a lot of people that are poor. There's not a lot of like middle class people, okay? There's a lot of corruption in my country, okay? Stuff like propaganda and all these things come out. So Burnaboy, the statement that he made, and I might work with you, future Burnaboy, so don't hold this against me.
Man, he's burning. He was burning.
But he is now an influencer.
Yeah, but we're burning.
Okay, I live in South Africa. Okay. You're burning. Okay. No, but you're not burning because those 80%, 85% of those videos were false.
But remember, we had situations where planes were sent to South Africa to pick Nigerian families up because people had been murdered.
When?
Oh, the Air Peace Flight sent a whole 747 jet.
When?
Listen. That one is
How many Nigerians got into, or Africans got into that flight to go and protect themselves?
747 full. And
those are people that wanted to go back home.
They had to because they were scared.
No, it wasn't had to. Yeah. Listen, listen.
We were burning.
Wait. You can't burn.
Our people were being. Listen.
Adeshope, I will disagree with you until the end of time. Okay.
We were hurting, man.
Listen, let me tell you something. Okay, I'm
the
not having it.
Killing us.
Okay, it's rumors. Listen, do you know, I always give other countries the benefit of the doubt when I hear something. Let me finish. Yeah? Okay. I will never speak about what's happening in Nigeria. I've never been to that country.
You need to come.
Yes, I may.
They're going to love you.
Okay, that's great and everything. I'm coming, Nigeria. Yeah. But at the same time, it's like, you know, I'd rather hear from the people that live there what exactly is going on, especially when there's a relationship there. Burnaboy could have easily, first of all, Burnaboy, okay, I'm not sure of the facts, but when he wasn't able to be in this country, there was a time where he went to go do everything in South Africa.
Facts.
We booked him for shows.
Facts.
We celebrated his music, aka collabed with him in many occasions.
Yeah, but Burnaboy's hook was hot. Oh, man, slow down.
Okay.
Yeah, running on the
all right, chill.
Now, bang, bang,
I know you love Burna, but chill.
On me now. Listen, I'm listening.
Okay, Ade. Okay, cool. That's fine and everything, but at least give us the respect. Look at Wizkid. Wizkid came out and said, "Come on, my people, let's all love one another and respect one another." Yeah. Davido said the same thing. "Come on, my people, let's all." Burna went on a tangent. Hey, we get so. If I start pointing out the amount of crime that Nigeria does in my country, because come on, drugs, alcohol, prostitution. The Nigerians that are in South Africa are very different from the Nigerians that are here. Yeah, I will say that most of you Nigerians will say you guys are not violent. In my country, you are violent. Okay, so no, we are, and we don't really expose every single thing that happens that some of the foreigners in my country do. And you need to understand, South Africa is not America. We are a developing country, yet we're able to give opportunities to people from all over Africa, okay?
Facts.
But at the same time, there's a lot of deficit because even the people in the country
are not well treated.
Come on. So if I'm not educated and I'm broke and I'm seeing somebody
come here and get rich.
in, get rich, you're selling drugs, you're doing all these things, I'll be mad too. You cannot lie and say you won't be mad. Or opportunities are being given. Like, if I came to Nigeria and opportunity was given to me and you're thinking, wait, hold on, but we're here. Why are you not giving us the opportunities? Okay?
I'm a different breed.
I'm not saying xenophobia is correct, I know a lot of people say...
But the thing is, it's not only a Nigerian thing. I think there was a big Zimbabwean problem too.
No, there's a huge problem there.
And that's blood. That's blood. Zimbabwe,
why?
Look at you.
Why is Zimbabwe blood?
Zimbabwe is blood. That's
why is Zimbabwe blood?
It's just like Ghana.
Okay, what about Botswana?
Wait.
What about Botswana? What about Namibia?
Listen.
We are blood with them as well.
Ghana and Nigeria, that's blood
Ghana
to us.
And don't lie.
Because that's
don't lie.
That's what I'm saying.
Don't lie. Nigerians and Ghanaians have beef.
That's what I'm saying. That even though we have beef, we are the closest neighbors. So those are the people that we're supposed to be close to.
But you're not.
But we don't kill each other.
We don't kill each other either.
Listen, my people were burning, man. You know
No,
what I mean?
but those videos, guys, you need to understand, South Africa, we take things into our own hands. Just like how SARS is. Can you imagine our police force in South Africa? So communities end up dealing with crimes themselves. If a man rapes somebody, the whole community will come together, beat the person, put tires on the person, and set fire on them.
Nigeria
Okay,
too, which is
they do that in South
appalling.
Africa. So how many
we'll learn from
videos?
South
Oh,
Africa.
stop it! Stop it! No! I disagree with you guys. Learned it from South Africa. Okay, because remember, white people used to kill us like that in South Africa. They used to kill us like that. Okay, so I don't understand this whole xenophobic talk. Listen, South Africa is beautiful.
South Africa is beautiful.
No, it's not about
The
hurt
people-
here.
listen,
you guys need to think
I've gotta
logically.
be honest
We
with
are
you.
an African country as well.
Absolutely.
We deal with the same problem. So you guys stop treating us like we're American. We have problems too.
I agree.
Homegrown problems.
And you got beautiful women too. I ain't gonna lie
Oh,
to that.
yeah,
You
that's
know what I
true.
mean? Come on,
That's
South
very
Africa.
true.
Listen.
I know. That's right.
but changing the temperature a little bit while staying in South Africa.
It's still the same.
And sadly, on the allegations of domestic violence theme, as legendary DJ and producer Black Coffee's ex-wife failed in her recent application of a restraining order against her former husband after she alleged he hit her in their matrimonial home. She later went on Instagram Live this last week saying she will not be protecting him anymore and will be speaking up against GBV and the abuse she alleges to have received at the hands of her ex-husband. She claims to have messages, texts, pictures that back her allegations of bullying and abuse. It has to be said that Black Coffee refutes all allegations strongly, and he has not been proven that he physically abused her as she claims. This was a bombshell.
No, this broke my heart to the brokest. I'm not gonna lie, because
this one there,
Black Coffee, what he means to South Africa is so much. You know what I mean?
Africa.
He's done so many things that people thought were impossible. You know, he's a
DJ. You have to think about it.
A DJ, an artist,
no.
as a philanthropist.
Let's even start as a DJ. He has made some strides as a DJ. Remove producer, remove entertainer, remove just a DJ. The steps he has gone up is equal to steps that people like DJ Khaled have walked.
Yeah.
That's how big and impactful this man Black Coffee is.
Yeah.
He has completely brought down the doors at any level.
But she says that she was trying to protect him, and the fact that like she went to court. She basically cried that day when she put out that video. That the restraining order was the protective order. They're not giving it to her. And you say there's no corruption in South Africa? If a man that powerful is doing something that is unfair to his ex-wife...
But what about the other side that...
It's true. It's true. I know I'm meant to be politically correct, which is allegedly.
Yeah.
I believe her. Why?
What makes you believe?
I believe her. You see, I've asked you this question and I said, okay, we like saying we need to separate the artist
from the person. Yeah.
Okay, but what if, you know, the artistry is the one that is contributing to the person misbehaving.
The privileges that the person is getting.
Misbehaving.
Damn. I've never thought about it like that. That's deep.
So, and I'm not a person that cancels because my heart will be broken if I can't play DJ Black Coffee's music no more. But I believe her. And I have her back 150%. Anything that that you need, I'm down.
The Instagram video that she put up at the time when I checked it up had almost 1 million views.
And do you know how many? Not a lot of men. Let me tell you something.
There was a lot of women in the comments.
Yeah.
You know why?
A lot of successful women in the comments that are backed her. Because a lot of people have experienced this. There was something that happened allegedly at her birthday party where he arrived, kicked everyone out and beat her, you know. And the fact that she's mentioning the kids, obviously, kids, they know the truth. You know, if a kid is saying they're tired, they don't feel like a child anymore because it's like they're being forced to choose between the mom and the dad and all these things. Like, I think somebody could be a great artist. Yes. And there's a lot of artists that are there, but they can be a crappy people. Yeah, a crappy Absolutely. Person. Absolutely. And it might not even be crappy Absolutely. To other people, but just crappy to as a man.
Yes.
Crappy as a husband, and maybe not necessarily as a father, but I believe if you're crappy to the mother, there is no way that you could be super fantastic to your children. Yeah, you know, because you have to show.
But the other side, this is the flip side.
He's gonna have to pay the price, unfortunately.
But wait, this is the flip side.
Fortunately,
the flip side. What we are also aware of women that have completely bold-faced lied about
she didn't lie.
No, I'm not saying her.
I know.
So I'm saying because again,
South Africa
is terrible for GBV.
Exactly.
Nigeria is crazy too. The problem, don't get me wrong.
I think the only difference between Nigeria, I feel like the percentage in South Africa, one of the reasons why it's really high.
Because what's shocking to me in Nigeria when we see that some husbands have killed their wives or girlfriends. Yeah. It's big news. But in South Africa, that happens every month.
No, it happens in Nigeria. It's just that it's not reported.
That's what I'm saying. No, what I'm saying is...
But in my country, we have a system, a developed system enough for us to be able to go and report. So that's what I'm saying.
In Nigeria, because we don't hear of it, when it hits the news... It's like, big. Wow. Everybody's like, wow. But because of how frequent it's being reported in South Africa, documented in South Africa, it's almost become like every other time.
Yeah. There's about at least 1,270 people get raped a day in South Africa.
Gosh!
The percentage of GBV violence in South Africa is 77%, and it has risen due to COVID. You know.
Oh my God! Especially if it can rise in countries like the United Kingdom, where there are systems in place. Yeah. Then we can imagine what would happen in Africa.
Yeah.
But what are we saying about this case now?
Listen, you know why I don't even want to entertain the thing about lying, women who have lied, because the percentage of that is very less. Yeah. And a lot of people that do say something,
they want to use
they never believed. They never believed. So we cannot afford anybody that report. We cannot afford to be quiet about it anymore because it might be a lie.
But what about the fact that, okay, for example, this situation, sadly for the young lady, her case hasn't been proven in court, hence why she didn't get the protective custody.
How is she going to prove that
that's what I want to say. So now,
how is she going to prove it? If no one was there and it was just, and you pushed me and you hit my hand, like, if I want a protective order, I should be given one, even if there's no proof to show that you hit me.
But what if that means you might take my kids for me when I haven't done nothing? If you should automatically get a protective order.
Yeah, you can protect me from me, but you might be good to the children. And come on, Entle is that woman who never tried to portray Black Coffee.
Yes, they went together.
Never. Even when he was cheating on her, she still put on a brave face, protecting him because she knew what he meant to South Africa. And as a Black man as well. So unfortunately, I'm supporting Entle. I mean, I can say allegedly all I want, but we all know entertainers, they have
privileges.
Yeah.
Due to star power.
Yeah.
Facts.
And we need to put an end to that. Facts. I'm sorry.
How are we gonna separate that? How are we can't separate
for now, unfortunately,
we just cancel everybody and cancel all
it's not necessarily cancel,
What are we gonna do? Okay. So how can they redeem themselves?
Consequences. There has to be consequences. Facts. There has to be consequences to anyone's actions to send a message, especially because the rate right now is so high. So unfortunately, the first few people that come up, we have to be extremely harsh to set the tone to say we are not going to tolerate this anymore.
And young people need to learn from that and behave themselves.
Yeah, anymore. And with someone as strong as Black Coffee, I'm not gonna lie, this really breaks my heart. I actually kind of cried because I was like, I really love him.
When I saw the story, I'm not gonna it came from.
No
I think it was
way,
probably
in
you
a
that
way.
I didn't even know that they had separated.
Yeah.
So number one, I didn't know that they had
Because
separated.
she didn't publicize it.
And second of all, I didn't know that she had applied for a restraining order.
Yeah.
And third of all, I didn't know there were allegations of domestic abuse.
Yeah.
So all of this came.
She
in
was
one
trying
way.
to protect him, and he's still using. She even accuses him of paying bloggers to
post
pay
stuff about her.
about her and how
I saw that.
unfit of a mother she is. Listen. When you were busy cheating and all these people were coming out with Twitter messages and all these things, she never ever tried to expose you. She never once tried to expose you while you guys were married. And even after the marriage, she's never tried once to expose him or say he was a horrible husband or anything like that. The split also came out of nowhere. After all the cheating allegations came out, the split also, I didn't really expect for them to split up. So it's like you also have to judge her by a character. Like, okay, she's not the type of person
that's looking for clout.
Yeah.
No doubt.
She's got her own career.
Facts.
Okay. Yes, you guys may have helped each other.
No, facts,
but
facts.
she helped you too to raise your kids. She's given you everything that you need.
I've said it before.
So is it now power that he doesn't want her to move on? He wants to like make her suffer because she decided to leave the marriage?
No. Nobody has that power. Nobody should have that power.
Exactly. So that's why this should be made an example. Unfortunately, he's gonna. But one thing I'm scared about, I don't feel like people are ready to hold people who are like philanthropists.
Not only philanthropists, just like beacons.
Yeah.
Because
we're not ready to hold him accountable.
He's such a huge star and a huge personality when it comes to African popular culture, like we've said in the past, that, you know, some people might think if they put him on this table, this damages a lot of things.
Yeah.
But what we need to start realizing, you know, I'm not saying he's guilty of anything. Again, it's allegations. So let's just put that out there. But what we need to start looking at is, you know, we need to fix this, you know, GBV situation. Gender-based violence across Africa is a worse disease in my eyes than coronavirus, because it is a lasting disease that has been carried over from generation to generation and does not respond to any vaccination.
Yeah.
So
I think there's consequences again. I mean, if a girl gets raped, a girl has to think twice. Like, okay, are they going to say I deserved it because I was in a room of 5 people? Okay, when you go there, it's the people that are treating you. The policemen will be like, oh, yeah, but look at what you're wearing. No, they'll be like, but look what you're wearing. They'll be treating you horrible. The whole thing is cold. They have to take some swabs out of you to prove.
Yeah.
Do you get me? So it's a whole trauma.
They want to see proof.
Yeah, it's just traumatic.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So it's like, yeah, we need to hold them accountable, guys.
Absolutely.
There's nothing we can do. We need to hold them accountable. The laws are not tough enough. You know, that's why we've protested before.
Yes.
When a girl is not safe, when she can even go to the post office
and she was
and
raped.
then the next thing you're raped and you're
killed.
dead. Yeah.
A young girl, a young teenager in South Africa went to the post office.
Yeah.
Wanted to pick up, put something in the post.
Parcel, yeah.
Someone working there.
Yeah, he said she should come back later. And then
she went back. He raped her and murdered her.
Yeah.
This is the person working at the post office.
Yeah.
Had the guts. It was only him in there and carried out this
horrible,
heartbreaking crime.
Uber drivers,
Yeah.
they do it.
It's
cash,
crazy.
you know. But another thing, I think, you know, I'll say this as a female as well. A lot of men need to start supporting this. No man reposted this at all.
Her video.
Nobody.
Yeah, I think...
No man has backed us females. We protect you black men so much, yeah.
I agree, man.
And we're the first people. If anything happens to you, we're the first people to protest, to fight, and say this, that,
Black
that.
lives
but
matter.
it's not
Everything is
reciprocated. It's not reciprocated. It's not reciprocated. When it comes to this kind of stuff, I won't respect you, Adeshope, if you go and work with somebody who,
Like Black Coffee.
I won't. I can't.
But what if the allegation? It's
No,
such
you
a
can't say.
terrible
You
position
cannot
to be
say
in.
that. You
Okay,
cannot say
Let me
that.
tell you why you can. Emotionally, you can't. There are entertainers right now from Nigeria that have been, that have cases of allegations and stuff like that.
Stuff disappearing.
One happened just last year, huge allegations. However, the case was thrown out of court. The victim allegedly recanted a story, and where does that leave everybody?
No, but those are few cases.
No. I'm not even saying that she was lying.
Ask you.
No.
I
didn't even say.
Okay, I know. Okay,
I'm just saying that
even if she recounts,
legally, everything about the story was said. Okay, if this thing happened, everybody, let's go our separate ways. Legally, they did that to that story.
Yeah.
But we all know there's this air around the whole situation that leaves everybody uncomfortable. Now, for people like us, how do we approach this situation? Because we have to deal with the same situation. We have to deal with it legally. It's a different case for someone like Chris Brown, who went to jail for it and turned his life around and embraced the fact that he was wrong and wanted to work on himself.
Yeah.
A lot of people we're talking about have never admitted to such a crime.
Yeah.
And have never paid for it.
Okay. So we need to stop implementing things that will make them pay for it.
I agree.
He needs to pay for it.
I agree.
There are no tough laws on rape. You go in for 6 months.
I agree.
What's that nonsense?
For me, that's murder.
Yeah.
Rape is you rape someone, that's murder. For me, you're facing the same time.
Yeah, because the person will have to deal with it for the rest of their life. Yeah.
You're facing that time. There's no point.
So
you forcefully
you need to go
have
jail.
sex with somebody. It's time to face. You need to
What
face
about
the
beating up then?
Domestic
violence. What
it's
about
the
that?
same thing. It's you beat up a person.
Yeah.
You are supposed to face the legal ramifications of
that.
beating somebody up. I don't care if it's your friend, the neighbor, your wife is even worse.
Yeah.
So there should be an extra time allocated for that. Because that's a mother of that's the potential.
I asked you a question this week, I said, Ade Shope, we are influencers.
Yes.
Okay? We are the ones who celebrate these people. We say,
Facts.
go buy the record, go
Facts.
do this.
Facts.
So when these type of stories come to us, what do we then do?
How
How do we separate our morals and our work?
There are two ways to look at it. One is the legal side of things. We have to sit back and see what legally happens first. And second of all, based on the facts that we have, then we have to react, personally.
Yeah.
When the issue in Nigeria happened, I won't mention the artist's name now, but when it happened last year, I was one of the people that spoke on Twitter and said the lady was being silenced and she shouldn't be silenced. The fact that the lady was being silenced, to me, was the biggest crime of all.
Yeah.
Because it appeared that the muscles were at play.
Yeah.
In trying to keep her quiet.
Yeah.
And for all of us to have known, for someone like me in London, that all I was following was the story on social media, to have felt compelled to say this lady must be heard first before we deal with the consequences. That in itself showed that there was a big hole in our whole community. And what led me to that statement was the moral side of game. I was looking at it and saying, yo, what's going on here? This lady wants to talk, and all of a sudden there's arrest. She's been arrested, harassed by police, security operatives at her mother's house. What's going on?
Yeah.
Let her talk.
Yeah.
You haven't even let her talk first.
Yeah.
And deal with whatever's happened. So whoever's advised anybody to try to silence her should be in jail.
Yeah, as well.
Because that person has concocted a deal to say, yo, man, this chick, we're not going to let her talk, and we have the muscle to do that.
Yeah, to do so.
Wow, man,
so
please.
can you imagine how so that's why we cannot make comments like, but what if it's not true?
No, we have to, you have to mention the other side. It is the legal way. That's why a murderer has a lawyer. Because there's a other side that has to be said.
But when it comes to, especially when it comes to gender-based violence, okay, women have been silent for
forever.
Far too long.
I get it. Man.
You have to. So when an allegation first comes, you should support her 110%. she gets proven that it was a lie. But it doesn't mean that just because she lied, you don't give the same energy to another person.
And that's I think that's a strong point that a lot of us men need to take into consideration. And I believe the law as well has to come from that side. Is you
support the woman.
You stand by her first, and then you work your way away based on the evidence. However, the fact that she's even stepped forward to mention something that heavy.
Yeah.
One of the most difficult things to reveal, especially somebody in a relationship with a man
somebody
or
you love,
is one of those. But we'll follow the story closely. We're going over to the States now.
We're with you, Entle. We are with you.
Where this week saw the shocking announcement of an engagement between two housewives of Atlanta castmates in Simon Godabda, or whatever, my brother Simon.
That is your brother, and you can't even say his name.
And Portia. Shocking because the new couple started as friends, with Simon married to Fallon, who was introduced to the franchise as Portia's friend. So apparently earlier in the year, Simon and Fallon announced they were going their separate ways, and a few months later, Portia...
Not even a few months, a month.
A month later, Portia, a former friend of Fallon, I hope you're following that story.
Because they're not divorced yet. They are still going through the proceedings.
A relationship and an engagement with Simon, who was Fallon's husband. Obviously, social media went nuts, and the world was talking about Portia's failure to respect the girl code. Zenita, is there really a girl code, or we're just
guys,
BSing
come
ourselves?
on, there's a girl code. Stop it. How can I introduce you to my husband, and then the next thing, you're chopping? Wow. Is it the money?
Of course it's the money.
Of course it is the money. It's the lifestyle, yeah. But at the same time, it's like, she's wrong. She cannot even come out and be like, we just want to be happy. Just say, yeah, guys, I'm wrong, but I'm in love and I want the cool cash as well. Point blank, period.
But again, these are some of the stories that they've said, that most of the time when someone is introduced to the Housewives franchise, they always come onto the show as somebody else's friend, but they're not really friends. And that is part of the storyline. So there are times when they want to introduce people onto franchises like that, because one of the housewives of the Basketball Wives had an Instagram live where she was trying to explain that they asked the women that are already popular cast members of the show and say, we've got this new couple or this new lady that we're trying to introduce, who would be fine with them coming on as their friend.
No, they were kind of friends.
No, based on what you saw.
No, they were friends, because every single person that Portia has introduced has actually been a really close friend to Portia. Okay. Listen, Portia doesn't say, she first said we're not friends, but we were like, wait, hold on. But we saw her from Housewives, so how you saying? And then now she's like, oh, yeah, but. And listen, the history of Portia as well is sad, because her husband left her and in a very sad way, and she released all this music, and she wanted, she said she went through abuse, she had miscarriages, she and she wanted us to fall in love with her. She was sharing her story, and now you're doing nonsense.
Okay, what about this question though, which is one that
that's wrong, bro.
Wait now. I'm an advocate of, you do what makes you happy.
Yeah, me
at
too.
Any time in your life.
Me too.
So
but just be accountable.
Wait. Your friend had a husband that the relationship didn't work out no more. They announced that they were separating like a month ago. However, the relationship had probably tanked about 5 or 6 months ago. And you found your way to get close to this guy, and you fall in love.
They've been only dating for a month. How can you fall in love and be engaged in 4 weeks?
People are falling in love and engaging in 2 weeks.
Stop it. And then when it doesn't work... because remember, Portia is also a broadcaster on radio. She's got businesses. Yeah. Her dad is from the Martin Luther King clan or whatever. Yeah. Okay. Come on now.
Listen, what's this girl code? Talk to me about this girl code.
Listen.
What is this girl code
Let me
that
tell
all
you
of
something.
you people are talking about? Oh, you're not supposed to.
Yeah, there's just certain things.
There's a video. Listen, there's a video online.
As men, you don't lie. Don't lie. When there's girls that you like, okay, and you see your friend, somebody that you say is your friend, and you see them chopping a girl that you like, that you told him, I like this girl, and you see your friend chopping.
You vex. You want to box
Exactly.
them. You're pissed off.
Exactly.
Yeah, but still.
There's no still.
No, let me tell you why I say still.
As a human being, guys, as a human being, we have morals. I'm not talking about what...
The relationship is dead. That like me. That relationship is done.
Okay, fine.
And
okay, that's okay. That's okay. Why not?
What are you talking?
Wait. Why not at least? Okay, if you know you're about to do something with somebody, and you know maybe just say, listen. I met your husband. I know you're going through whatever, but I'm about to speak to him now.
I'm about to date your man.
Yeah, just say.
Wait.
It's still wrong, but at least you've said.
Listen. What if she did? Nobody wants to know if she did. People just killing her on social media.
She did not. She did not say that.
Whatever.
She said,
maybe they fell off.
Someone is wrong. The man, you are wrong.
Why?
You are wrong.
I saw a video.
You are wrong,
Let
sir.
me explain.
You jump. First of all, even many women are now coming out to say, oh, raw. He was with me 5 weeks ago. He was with me how quickly you move on.
Women always do that one, so don't
stop that.
Let me tell you.
It's because he's got money.
Yeah,
he's living the jet life. Yeah.
Let me tell you this.
He's wrong.
I saw a video online where these two ladies were walking. Shout out to my people, Kojo, Just Cookie Dough, and Princess for this skit that I thought was fantastic.
Oh, yeah. So
these two ladies were walking, and a guy walked to both of them and started to speak to one of them and said, what's going on? You know, I like it. And what's your telephone number? And she was like, no, I'm not giving you a number. Da, da, da. And
he said,
like,
we not giving you our number.
And he was like, okay, cool. And he moved to the next girl and said, yo, I like you. What's your number?
And the girl was like,
him the number. And people are like, so who was wrong? And I explained it this way.
No one is wrong in that situation.
Let me tell you what's going on. I had a product I was selling. I pitched it to you. You found it disgusting, not up to standard, and absolutely ridiculous. But your friend thought it was A-class.
Uh-huh.
And I pitched it to her. She decided to jump on it. Bonnet could do it.
Yeah, but second-hand, your second-hand option.
Oh,
your second-hand option, come on.
And I also told you something.
But I don't feel like there's anything wrong with that skit. You see that skit, there's nothing wrong.
I thought it was cool.
Listen, your friend hasn't had the opportunity to say, I like this guy. But if you tell me, like me and your friends, and the guy walks in, and then I tell you, I tell you behind the scene, I like this guy,
And then you go for that.
Yeah, no. I like this guy, And then you say, I don't really like him that much, Then he comes and moves to you, okay?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you're interested. Come on now.
Bro, I don't know. I know. Listen, it looks bad.
It's bad. It's bad.
Simon looks shifty. All of that stuff. But I'll be honest with you.
You're a bad guy, man.
I'll be honest with you.
You're a bad guy. He looks like a granddad. Allow it. It's only the money. There's nothing. He's not an attractive man. He's old. Okay. All he has is his money. Portia's not there for love.
But to be honest with you,
none of these women are there. The woman the felon didn't even really complain because I think she knew she was also there for money.
That's what I wanted to say, that a lot of women nowadays, and men are only there for the checks.
Listen, but girl code, guys. Girls. Let me speak to the ladies. Ladies, you don't have to do that. There's plenty fish in the sea. I'm not saying. Listen, I say if you like the person, at least go to your friend and say, listen, I understand that maybe it didn't work out for you too, but I think it might work out for me. But just know the friendship will never be the same. You'll kill the friendship
as long as the relationship.
But the relationship will not last. And then what? You've lost a friend and you've lost.
Don't worry.
Just don't do anything that's dirty. Don't do anything that you wouldn't want to be done to you. How about that?
Okay.
Just don't do. Yes.
I think that's
be
a better
happy.
pitch.
You can be happy, okay, but it doesn't mean you have to step on somebody else's toes to be happy.
Usually you have to. Anyway.
This man. He's a happily married man, by the way. Do not take advice from him. Okay? When it comes to this kind of stuff, he's happily married. Yeah? Don't listen to him. Us single girls, please. Do not still go around be stealing people's people when you know who the person belongs to. You shouldn't even feel happy or confident about yourself. Respect yourself as a woman. You get me? No, respect yourself, and other people will be. That's why men are disrespecting us anyhow because of money. Yeah, they think, oh, I just put a check there. I can disrespect. I can do whatever I want. I can break friendships. I can break families apart. Come on. That's why these men are taking the mig out of us. We need to stick together a little bit more, ladies. Come on, man.
Let's see whether we'll be sticking together here. Anyway, over to the UK, where this past week saw the prestigious Brits Award taking place at the O2 in London, with the music world out in full, including an audience of first responders and healthcare workers cheering the winners and performers on. In the Afrobeats world, our interest was solely through Burnaboy, who was nominated for a second time in the Best International Male category. Now, with our hopes riding high, coming from the Grammy success, and Burna performing at last year's Brits, including a nomination in the same category, we felt perhaps
he might win again.
He was going to walk away with the gong. But hell no, he did not. The Weeknd walked away with the award, and with it was my interest. However, other winners that caught the world's attention were Lil Mix, Dua Lipa, Taylor Swift, and of course, J Hus. Winning the best male this year, walking away with the gong in a category that had strong contenders like Heady One, AJ Tracy, Youngblood, and Joe Curry. Now, it was a big win for J Hus, who released an incredible album in the last year, but did not shoot a single video to it. He was not at the ceremony, and iconic DJ Semtex received it on his behalf, giving a moving speech in the process. Was I feeling a little bit, what's that word? Was I feeling, entitled? By expecting Burnaboy was going to walk away without international. I think I was feeling entitled. I know I was.
Yeah.
I think I was telling you the
Why?
Place. Because I was just thinking, come on, man. We've come
for what album? Because this album is not worth the Brit.
Don't come with that rubbish.
This recent album is not worth a Brit. His previous albums, yes. His previous album, that one, he deserved all the awards in the world, okay?
But nobody, when I saw The Weeknd walking away with it, nobody in their right frame of mind will say The Weeknd didn't deserve that.
Yeah, he does.
His album was crazy.
Listen, the streams, the amount of impact he had, he performed at NFL.
And then he performed at the Brits too.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, so they had no choice, and Burna wasn't in the building. Burna was in Lagos, Nigeria.
Yeah, why wouldn't? And besides, I think Burna has won something from the UK before, isn't it?
No. He didn't win.
He's never won anything.
Maybe mobiles, but he hasn't won. You remember last year the mobiles didn't. He won the mobiles last year, but it was online. It was digital. Yeah. And then the Brits, he performed with Stormzy. At the Brits last year, I was there. He was nominated in the same category, but didn't win it. And obviously, because of the impact that he had made with this second album and everything, maybe
come to the UK and do a few things, then maybe
he's gonna do stuff.
Yeah.
So I think
obviously his focus was America this time. So I think when he comes here, all the festivals and stuff like that, he was gonna come back.
But what about J Hus?
I feel like J Hus, it was well deserved. Do you know what?
I
like J Hus because he doesn't have to be loud. He doesn't have to be doing crazy publicity rubbish. He don't have to do nothing.
But I'll tell you this. I'll be honest with you. J Hus, when he comes
Juju J, they call him Juju J.
Don't mind the haters. Those are the haters. They say he does Juju. But I'll tell you this, right? J Hus is...
I just don't like the new freestyle he came out with saying, Juju this, Juju that. Me, I'm a Christian girl, please. Saying that he's going to shank this and shank that one and cut people's head off. Come on now. Call me devil. Allow it. That's some Lil Nas X energy.
No, he's just
we don't need that.
But when it comes to J Hus, I believe that even though you're saying he hasn't promoted himself or whatever.
I love that about him as an artist.
You have to understand that J Hus in the last 12 months, has kind of like been going through stuff. He's left social media. He went back to Gambia. He's done a lot of stuff that he wanted to do. Things where he wanted to connect with himself, and he wanted his fans to connect with him on a different level. But he has earned the right to do that. Coming from Did You See and all of this smash hits.
Yeah, and he went to jail at his peak. Yeah.
He went to prison at his peak, came out at Afro Nation 2019 to 20,000. Come on. Drake pulled him out at the O2.
Yeah, when the day he came out. Yeah.
Has done some incredible
things,
amazing things with his art. And like I said, he earned the rights to put the records out and say, do you know what, for this project, maybe I might not just record a video or whatever, but nobody. The day that album came out.
He's following the Kendrick Lamars and the J. Cole. You know, I like those type of artists.
But listen, but still,
he's following up.
But when you follow J. Cole, I follow J. Cole.
Yeah, in the beginning he came out.
But even now, he put out a documentary 2 days ago. He's doing stuff. Cole.
But wait.
But I understand.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Iconic musicians.
Not even iconic. The fact that, you know, they enjoyed the limelight. They were like, okay, this limelight stuff is not me. I want to be in my own corner and just release.
J. Cole has children and he's happily
he has
married.
a wife. Same as Kendrick.
He's got wife and 3 kids. J. Cole.
Cole,
This man is married with kids. So when it's his art, nobody can chat to him about his art. He is at the top of his game. You need to watch a documentary. He's out now. It's on YouTube. Absolutely.
He's going to Rwanda and stuff. He's doing amazing things.
You know, big shout outs, man.
No, J. Hus deserved it. I mean, his team. Congrats, shout out to you guys. You guys are amazing. You done amazing. The album was amazing. Conspiracy was amazing.
Incredible.
I think but
I think it was painful for me for Heady One and AJ Tracy though, because I thought Heady's had a good time too. Heady's had a good run. Like I'll be honest with you. Heady's good. Heady's, you know.
I just like Heady's personality.
Yeah, he's had a good run.
Yeah,
and AJ Tracy,
I know he received a lot of support from even industry people anyway when he came out.
And AJ Tracy too is, you know.
AJ Tracy is doing big things. Don't get it twisted now. You know, listen, let me tell you something. Independent is the way to go, you know. I'm not gonna lie.
They're moving. And you know, a big shout outs to all those guys. It was even for me, I think
you have to give it up to like the new generation.
It's a win for them.
We're kind of doing big things out here.
It's a win. It's a win for them. Yeah, well, over to the USA, where finally the inductees to the 2021 Rock Hall of Fame have been announced. Some of the icons that made the list are Tina Turner, Jay-Z, and LL Cool J. The one notable omission was Afrobeat legend Fela Kuti, who is said to have received over 500,000 public votes, coming second to Tina Turner, but somehow was still snubbed for the final list. This begs the question, why do we get excited by these international recognitions that really don't understand the gravity, talent, and importance of our talents and our icons? Should we have really expected anything different from an American platform that largely celebrated white superstars and is called the Rock Hall of Fame? Or should we have looked elsewhere in Africa at home for the gratification that these legends deserve? I'll be honest with you. When we started
at home
promoting that vote thing, I personally didn't want to because I felt I was going to be brokenhearted at the end of the day. However, I still felt I owed it to the importance of this man and his legacy
Fela
to promote it. I heard his son, Femi Kuti, had released a statement saying, you know, it's a shame that he was not inducted. However, it's still a win for Fela Kuti because he trended worldwide. He touched other people that didn't know who he was, and people went to learn about him. People
who are in the industry know exactly who he is.
Yes, but when we started making that noise about vote for Fela, a lot more audiences around the world that didn't possibly know who he was got to know. He received over 500,000 votes.
Fair enough. It's still our responsibility to always celebrate him. I mean, he's one of the OGs of, you know, the reason why some of the sounds that we hear today. Did you get me? But even, come on, Tina Turner was a legend, has been a legend for many decades.
I said
so if Tina Turner's only making it now.
That's what I want. That also shows that even the Rock Hall of Fame is outdated, not in touch, and just absolute pants.
Yeah.
Because Tina Turner is one of the most recognized faces and voices in
The
music
world.
over the last 50 years.
In the
so
world.
if a Rock Hall of Fame in 2021 is inducting a Tina Turner alongside LL Cool J and Jay-Z, somebody or the entire project needs to be abandoned. Because that woman is as important to music around the world as any other
I think they have to stay
artist.
relevant. They just have to stay relevant.
It's not about
they
relevance.
do the old people, the young people, and then they put it together.
They say before your music has to be, first of all, 30 years old before you can be considered for a nomination. Obviously, Jay-Z. We already know. We already know the mafioso ain't playing with that one. They gotta get him on. You know what I mean? But LL Cool J just getting inducted in the. Do you know what LL Cool J was to music in the 80s and how important he has transcended generations into the 2000s?
Oh, I remember. Doom,
What?
boom, boom, doom, boom, doom, boom, boom. Yeah, that was hot in South Africa. I was still a teenager.
From everything from when I'm alone in my room, sometimes in the 1980s to I'm gonna make it love you better. Doom, everything. Friday Girl, everything. You know, so I also think, I'm thinking, whilst I was looking at Fela Kuti, I was like, has Hugh Masekela been inducted?
No.
Has Miriam Makeba been inducted?
No.
No. And these are icons. Are you aware that Miriam Makeba is an artist that was on the Billboard charts as far back as the 60s?
Yeah.
Education for some of you pop heads.
Yeah.
Go and do your Googles. She broke the Billboard charts.
You must say, I mean, she's Miriam Makeba is South African, by the way.
She was in the Billboard top. She was top 10 of the Billboard R&B charts as far back as the 60s.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, that woman. Hugh Masekela, we want to talk about that.
Yeah.
His efforts on Grammy Award-winning album with Graceland, with Simon, whatever his name is, one of my favorite albums of all. I'm talking Graceland. He was one of the most iconic jazz musicians that ever walked the face of
May
this
his
earth.
soul rest in peace.
Should we be waiting for Rock Hall of Fame to indict these guys?
No,
Or
we need to
induct
stop
these people?
looking for that.
That's
though.
what I'm saying. So we need the African Music
If
Hall
we're
of Fame.
but why do we? Okay, cool.
We
I
need
understand.
that.
I understand. America is like the America of
The
the
Mecca of
Americas.
entertainment.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. But we need to. You know they've always drawn from us anyway,
Yes,
Africa.
facts.
So
The drums
we need
came
to,
from Africa.
But anyway, we need to build our industry strong enough for us to start. I mean, it's only really, really grown now, money-wise. We depended on labels a lot.
Yes.
You know, we look to America for influence sometimes.
yeah.
I love that, but we need to start. Africa is in a great place right now.
now,
Okay,
we just
when
need
it
to
comes to
invest.
negotiating,
Fact.
Africa is in a great. This is the time to invest in Africa.
Mm.
Okay, so we need to start our own initiatives. Okay, you don't have to copy the same thing and say, "Oh, we need a Hall of Fame of Africa,"
know-
because that reduces.
No.
Come
It's
on.
not going to be called Rock Hall of Fame. The music, African music icon. We need something like that. And I'll tell you this. I liken it to real life. If you're raising a child who you don't acknowledge in your house, you don't give attention to, what usually happens is that child goes outside of the house seeking attention from other people who then take that attention and spin it into abuse. This is what's happening here. Because we haven't treated Fela Kuti the right way in Africa, the Hugh Masekelas, the Miriam Makebas of this world. We now have to be looking up to America to give them the recognition, and then they tell us to vote 500,000 times and then say he's not good enough. How dare you? That's what happens. So it's time for us to say the next time they come with that BS saying Rock Hall of Fame, we tell them to go stick it where the sun don't shine. Do you understand why? Not only the 500,000 votes are important, apparently there's some kitchen cabinet in the background that also decides, apart from the votes, that say this person goes in and that person down. And one of those folks, or a bunch of those folks, felt that regardless of his 500,000 votes and how iconic this man was to African popular culture, he's not worth the Hall of Fame. You know what? Y'all can stick it. That's what I'm saying. I was pissed off. I ain't gonna lie.
I don't think you should be. Do you know why I'm not pissed off?
Because I know
our worth. Our worth. We need to stop. Me, I don't see it anymore. I don't say. I understand the business of it all, but I don't see that anymore because that's one thing that I'll always love about South Africa. We're very proudly us. We don't really look for. Yes, it's nice. It's a bonus. We celebrate you when you make connections or whatever. But we're very proudly South African. Like, you can do no wrong. We will be like, oh, you're South African. Yeah, we're just super proud. So I feel like we should just have that energy for ourselves and don't look for that. Like, it's not right now. Africa is the greatest place to be right now. Let's get it. Everybody needs to wake up. Stop moaning about it. Do something about
Facts.
it. How about that? You've been in the industry for over 15 years. Do something about it.
I need to put that up. You need to trademark that.
I tell you, be the change you want to see in the world. Facts. Stop waiting for other people to do stuff and get upset that it's not done the way you want it to be done. Somebody started it. They calling their own shots. You can start something and call your own shots.
I like that. Thank you very much for that. Over to South Africa, where it has now been reported that the law is looking at making women marrying two husbands legal. This is said to be their way of working on gender equality in South Africa, and this is, in their words, a step in the right direction. It's been okay in most countries across Africa to legally marry more than one woman. So is it time to have the same rights for women?
Guys, okay. Okay, cool. Whatever you guys want, okay? Me, I'm a Christian girl at the end of the day. I don't believe in a man marrying 2, 3, 5, 10 women. No, I don't believe in that.
Maybe you're going to need one to take care of the bills.
Listen, the Bible don't say that, okay? Adam and Eve was Adam and Eve, okay?
Well, times have changed.
Well, that's fine. Everybody to each his own. If they want to say women should marry, I mean, I do believe that's right. If a man can marry 5 women, why can't women marry 5 people? And the fact that it even needs to be a law, like, that's a bit weird. I thought, like, okay, cool. I understand, but I don't really care for it. It's like, okay, cool. First of all, there's more women. Anyway, in South Africa, women are breadwinners. I think that's why they putting in that rule, because it's the women now who we pay the bills in South Africa. Unfortunately, our country is known to have lazy men. Not all, some are lazy. Okay, and yes, I'll always blame apartheid and what we've been through.
Apartheid.
No, because it's true. It affects people till today.
Absolutely. The effects is even
the
in
effects
America,
it's going on and on. Yeah,
and Jim
it doesn't
Crow
go away in 2 minutes. Like, okay,
it trickles down.
Yeah. So, bruv, I want to see this. I want to see what man would allow a woman
I saw a
to
clip
marry
on Instagram with a woman marrying 2 men in Africa. I think it was somewhere in East Africa. That's what even prompted the news. And she kissed both men, cut the cake, and all that. Listen,
would you do that?
No, come on, man.
If your wife said, "Let me get another,"
come on, man. I'm too. Listen.
Okay.
Nah, maybe. Yeah. Listen. Nah,
no, there's no maybe.
There's no way.
Yeah, Nigerian men will fight. There's no maybe. There's no.
Nah, man.
But you wouldn't mind a second wife.
Well, would I not mind a second wife? You have to first of all think. You have to understand where I'm coming from. Wait. Let me explain to you. I've been conditioned to believe that it was okay to marry more than one wife. Okay. So I grew up in those circumstances.
Yeah.
However, knowing what I know now,
you cannot love 2 people equally.
No, you can. You can't love 2. You can love as many
people
as you want to.
You can't love people equally.
Emotionally.
It's impossible.
Listen, emotionally.
You cannot. Financially, you can provide the same thing. Even your time, you can try to split it as much as you can.
However,
but you will always love the other person more than the other.
Let me surprise you.
I'm telling you.
You also love people for different reasons. How about that?
Yeah, but you still love
How about that?
Even
she's banging in bed. She's an amazing
But you
nurturer.
love the other person more. Do
Which
not
one?
like. It's
Which one do you
impossible
love
to
more?
love people the same.
The one. No, you don't. Listen.
It's
you will not-
impossible
you're
to
not gonna
love
them the same.
people the same.
You're not gonna love them the same, but you have love for them for different reasons.
No, you love the other one more than the other. There is
you
such a thing as that. No. And you guys, you need to stop this nonsense. It's nonsense. Stop that right now. Stop being naughty. Everyone is just naughty in this world. We are greedy. We want to have more than, like, there's no need for all of that.
Solomon had over
Be
8,000
content within
concubines.
yourself.
Solomon had 1,000
Yeah, that's a
concubines.
problem. Those concubines have issues, and he had issues. Okay, he wasn't a perfect man. God is not in the business of perfect people. Okay, so when people like using the King Davids and the Solomons
that's the thing.
as an example,
So maybe we should just come and say, listen, I'm a work in progress. I'm not perfect. I'm working.
yeah,
on...
you're a work in progress. Just say that, but it's wrong. Let's not try normalize stupidity.
No, we're not normalizing it.
Come on,
You know
you'll
when,
be-
you
if
know how
you-
to get men when men talk the way I'm talking. Do you know how to get us to
What?
to conform?
how?
You just ask the simple question:
What?
Would you be happy for your daughter to be a second wife?
Yeah, I know.
Boom! We instantly fix up and we say no, it's not working.
Oh, so it's okay
So-
for you, but not okay for your daughter.
So exactly, that's how you get. That's
Would you
how
allow your daughter to marry two husbands?
That's how you get us to conform, and we say no. Okay, because of that, don't worry. I'll
Why?
behave myself.
Let me ask why.
You just don't want anybody to be in a situation where it's going to be toxic. Listen, like I said, I was raised.
Now he's revealing
that's what I said.
the truth.
That's what
but
I said
he
to
was
you.
advocating.
No, let me
you
tell
know,
you
I
what's
don't
happening.
mind.
Wait, that's why I said to you that I was raised that way.
McDonald's. These men want us to end up in McDonald's by fire and by force. Do not become the vice president of McDonald's. Do you hear me? It don't matter.
McDonald's is a multi-billion-dollar company. It has to be said. And
listen.
the CEO, the top dogs.
You
at
want to
McDonald's-
end up in the bin? You want me to say bin then? Is that you don't first of all, you don't wake up in the morning and say my dream is to work in McDonald's. My dream job is McDonald's.
No,
yeah,
some
you
people
don't.
Regional manager.
Regional corporate. 120 bags.
That's different. You know what I'm talking about.
Man, don't be.
You know what I'm talking about. You guys, you see,
Don't listen
men
to
will
this.
sweeten anything that is dirty. Don't listen to this rubbish. Don't listen to these dirty pigs. Okay? They are nonsense.
Let's go
They're trying to normalize rubbish. No. Women, let's stand up for ourselves. No. 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 Amanda, away to don't go and be stupid.
Anyway, over to Ghana, where there has been a dirty war on social media between two popular socialites. One being controversial actress and personality Afia Schwarzenegger, and the other being media personality Adu Safowa. Well, we can't really tell where the beef originated from. However, both have been throwing dirt back and forth on social media, with the nastiest allegations being thrown Afia Schwarzenegger's way, as Adu Safowa claimed on Instagram Live that Afia was HIV positive and dying, including allowing herself to be touched by her son intimately. Obviously, these are outrageous allegations to which some followers warned Adu of her comments before Afia responded with a social media video threatening legal action and promising to get Adu suspended from work. Beef online, people going back and forth. How crazy it is.
What are they? Are they influencers
so
in
one's
Nigeria?
like a media in Ghana. One's like a media personality. The other one's like an influencer / actress. But they're both controversial. Regardless, beef on social media turns nasty.
I saw something, I think, in Ghana where a woman took a picture with her son and then ended up getting
in trouble.
Yeah, in
because
trouble.
they were naked and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But what I was even saying is, it's okay to beef and say whatever you want to say about people, but when you start making such allegations of somebody being HIV positive, about to die, allowing their son to molest them and whatever on social media, that's getting out of hand.
Yeah, I feel like you don't deserve the opportunity to be in an influential position if you can do that. I mean, there's certain things that you can have a discussion with behind the scenes. You don't have to be doing it. Okay, and so what if she has HIV?
Exactly.
Why would you point that out in a negative light? So
that's what I wanted to say. That also was that's such backward and stigmatizing people that are living healthily with HIV and living their lives and bringing that terrible stereotype back
into they should both be disciplined. They should both be disciplined. They should both be disciplined. Adeshokpe, if you and I, we've worked together before, okay? Rubbish. And you start, listen, your relationship and mine, business-wise, even though we are seen in the public eye, still, I still have to have respect for you enough for you to come to behind the scenes, I didn't like what you done. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And you can do that as well and say, Zania, I don't really hold each other accountable, no problem. But don't take it to social media. What's this? What's the nonsense? And you're grown women as well. They're women, right?
Big women.
What? Big. So we can't even attach women to them because those are not the examples as a woman. That I'm sorry, I don't really know who you guys are. I don't know them at all, actually. Not that I don't care, but it's like, there's too many things that are happening in the world that are against women, and we're being seen like,
the last thing you want is to add that.
Come on, how are we gonna be fighting in public and just embarrassing ourselves when there's already a lot of stigmas that we're fighting as women, and we're bringing each other down again? Doesn't this industry bring us down enough? Why are we doing this? No matter how mad we are at each other, women to women, go behind the scenes and talk about it. Don't be saying stuff out of anger. The minute you damage or you take an argument outside of the fight and you start talking about somebody's character, you've lost the fight. Just keep it about, if you guys had a business disagreement, keep it about that. Say, we had a business disagreement. But don't attack the character or personalize things. You've lost the fight. You've lost it. And they should be held accountable for the stuff that they said.
Finally, we spoke about this a week ago, but more contents have been revealed since then. The Blue Therapy series by the incredible Trend Central. Shout outs to the family out there making amazing content and really doing the best that they could.
Yeah.
They
reality TV.
To be on TV. I say it again. Channel 4, BBC, ITV. I don't know what everybody's looking for. Trend Central is creating amazing content that deserves to be on television in the UK or around the world. Yeah. That's how incredible their content is. Now, coming back to the Blue Therapy situation, which is a therapeutic session between two couples where they've visited a counselor to talk about the difficulties in their relationship. And one of them being the popular influencer, Chioma, with her partner of 3 years and speaking openly and in front of the camera about the difficulties that they've had. People have been critical about the fact that session has been made public, albeit through the Blue Therapy show. I believe, first of all, that, I think it was a fantastic
reality stuff has a little bit of script in it.
I think, number one, it's a fantastic idea.
The idea is amazing.
No, it's a fantastic idea for the show.
Yeah.
It's also a fantastic idea for the couples to also seek help if they feel that they need that.
Do you think they're real couples? I don't think they're real couples.
That's her boyfriend.
In real life.
That's her boyfriend. Do you think they're just doing that for clout?
No, not that necessarily for clout, but for a check,
Yeah, for a check, because that's a television show.
Yeah.
However, it is a real relationship that they've put out.
I think the content of the stuff that they both spoke about is stuff that the reason why it's blown up so much is because we can relate to
everybody.
Yeah, we can relate to it. So I don't really believe that it is true for the couple.
If it's not true, don't you see how detrimental that would look?
Even housewives, no, come on.
It's not detrimental?
Wait. Listen, even housewives have some scripted things in it.
Facts.
Not everything in reality TV is the bone
fact that they chose to go to...
So, outside of the fact of whether it's true or not, I think the stuff that they are discussing are very valid. Because like I said again, society it relates to that.
I was telling
I don't have a problem with it.
I was telling Rod Rance last week that even though...
Oh, shout out to you, bro, right?
Yeah, even though a lot of people are saying, oh, that guy is trash, is this, is that. As a man, I see myself in him.
Oh, why are you saying, why are people saying he's trash?
Yeah, because of his
Chioma's
attitude.
boyfriend,
Yes.
or the Ghanaian guy?
No, the Ghanaian guy is an absolute gentleman. I think his parents have done a good job.
Is it?
He comes across like that.
Well,
the way he's talking.
I watched one of the episodes today, and I was just like, why
the way he was talking and the way he was trying to analyze things came across really well. Even Chioma's boyfriend,
the Nigerian boy,
the Ghanaian guy, but the Chioma's boyfriend,
he's like, are you even?
I like the way he goes. Okay.
No, I don't like that.
No, what I'm saying is, it's funny, it's entertaining. However,
because he's not making sense. He's trying to make sense, and he's not making sense. No. You know when you're trying to package.
He says, okay, let's.
You're trying to package, the packaging is not packaging.
It's like, let's unpack that for a second. When he does that, so people are going hard at him.
He tries to look like he's smart. He may be smart in whatever field he's doing. You know, he might be really successful. That's why, but he's trying to look like, like he got it together. Covered. Yeah, and we can all see your bum cheeks.
But I've got to be honest with you. Big shout outs to Chioma, man. You know she loves
She can handle it, though.
Because she was like, babe. I like the way she handled that. And then when he walked out of the room angry, the way she went and talked to him. That's a boss. That's a boss chick, man. That's a chick.
No, listen. We do that often as women.
I love African women, man. I love.
We just say stuff, because we know you have ego, you have this, you have that.
I love black women because of that. They know that black men sometimes
you just have to suck it up. Yeah.
So did she?
And it's even embarrassing. Let me not lie, guys. You need to look at yourself in the mirror. It's embarrassing sometimes when you be doing it. We can handle it when it's in private, because I can patch it. This. But if you're now showing your butt in public,
I like the way she walked up there and said, "Listen, babe."
Because she even said it. She said, "See, now I even have to go and toughen it up so he can just come back." I had to, I paid for this session. He was like, I'll give you the money back. She said, it's not about that.
Let's just go and see this woman. And if you don't like it, and he's like, he was even threatening the cameraman, like, can I get some space? Listen, shout outs to the entire team. Shout outs to Chioma. Shout outs to my brother as well.
What about this, the whole thing about
the girl that wants money spent on her? I think she's foul for that.
Why? We just had this discussion. Bro, her father treated her in a certain way, and she expects that from her boyfriend.
Let me tell you this. My daughter would get anything.
And don't introduce me to a lifestyle you cannot maintain.
My daughter will get anything she asks from me. Because one, she makes me mad proud. And number two, she's a great kid. And as long as I can afford to give her whatever she wants, she's going to get it. However, when she becomes an adult and she gets into a partnership situation with her man, she can't expect that to be the situation. It's now become a partnership situation. If you guys are in a relationship or whatever, you've got to expect what you're giving. Don't expect.
Unfortunately, in the real world, that doesn't happen that way at a shopping. That is a lie, because I will emulate, whether you like it or not, your parents had an influence on you.
Yeah.
Yeah. It had a huge influence on how you lived your life, majority of your life, okay?
Yeah.
And your wife has seen the bad side to you, the good side to you, and then stay down with you, okay? But there is something in you that she sees that is from her father, whether you like it or not. She chose somebody who emulated her father. Whoever, if the father was a great dad, then she chose that side of you. Do you understand? If the father wasn't there, for example, she will also choose based on her experiences of that. She will also choose that. So that is a blue light. You can sing it to the top of your lungs, but it's not true.
Man, you can't be expecting the man to be buying you gifts every time just
because your dad. It's not even about that. Communicate, because the boy. Listen, what you men fail to do is communicate effectively. Okay,
we're learning.
Listen, if you guys cannot, one of the biggest
things, women didn't teach us too, because I'm blaming our mothers too.
Why do we have? Because when we try to have conversations with you, you say, we're nagging. oh, this girl is on. Because I'm trying to hold you accountable and bring you higher to higher levels.
You want to talk to me
officially.
No.
But no,
let's have it informally. But you guys always want to make it serious. Can I talk to you, please? Don't talk to me officially, man. I'm already feeling like you want to scold me. So that's why we've got an issue. The minute you walk into the room,
but I'm coming to you like a respectable man the king that you are.
Yeah.
Oh, so you want me to be respectful when I'm bringing your food? No. Oh, here, Baba. Thank you.
No.
But when it's time for me to hold you accountable, you want it to be informal.
Don't come to me. Don't walk into the room when I'm watching football. You come with that air already. And then you sit down, boom, and go,
if I come
and talk?
No, you know why? Because you have done so many things that led up to that. And I'm trying to have a conversation with you, and now you're annoying me, so now I'm about to annoy you too.
My back is up. The minute you walk into the room to say, can we talk? Boom! I go into Transformers mode.
Stop it.
Voltron
because
comes
even we can't win, ladies. Because even when you're giving it, it's a lie. Because even when I'm giving it to you, sweet, and we're all sweetness, and I now try to bring it in, you'll be like, oh, you starting again. Oh, we just had a nice time. Oh, and I think you guys find it hard to you guys are really bad at communicating with women, and you know we love communication. We want to know, like, okay, cool, where we heading to? Like, you are a provider.
We just started.
No, it's been a year. She's been a year with him. She wants to know where they're going. You haven't introduced me to your parents. I've introduced you to my parents.
Because I think you're loud.
Let's talk about it.
And you might be too loud to my mom.
Am I loud to my parents? When I introduced you to my parents, was I loud?
Yeah, but...
No, there's no yeah, but. There's no yeah, but. You cannot win this one, Ade. No, I'm not having it. You men are terrible, and you want us to conform into something that is rubbish, and that is bad because you want us to lower our standards when it suits you. But at the same time, you want the Beyonce. You want us to walk like this and talk like this and do this and do that. And you're not even doing anything. The only thing we're asking for is gifts, for heaven's sake. Yeah. If you don't have the money, if you started our lifestyle like that, giving gifts and doing this, okay, cool. If you've now changed your mind and say, you know, babe, I don't feel like we need to invest in gifts anymore. This is my vision now. I'm moving into the house space, opening businesses. You think a woman won't listen to that? A real woman will listen to that and be like, okay,
that's it.
Let me tell you something.
You finished it. A real woman would listen to that. You said it already.
But you guys have to. But you guys do not communicate. You cannot blame her.
Shout out to our mom.
Listen, let me tell you something.
Teach us how to communicate. Mom, I love you, mom, but
we need to be able to communicate effectively.
That's why I'm
telling you. For you to be the head, everybody needs to know. Okay, we are submitting to you, head, but where are you taking? The Bible says
I want you to come and speak to me informally.
It perishes.
So that's why
if there's no vision in the household, that household will perish because everybody's doing whatever they want to do. No. There's no vision. Nobody knows. Listen, part of being a provider and a protector is casting vision for your family.
Talk.
That's the truth. It doesn't necessarily mean that we want the gift. You know, people also have different love languages. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I know.
Me, I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's
my love language as well is gift.
Yeah, gonna be single for a long time.
No. But it's because
the streets are hard. Corona has hit for the last 12 months.
So it's not necessarily about that.
Okay.
It's not necessarily about that.
Outside is not good.
It's not necessarily about that. It's about you. The Bible also says that where your treasure is, your heart will follow. Okay? So for some people, departing from their money is really hard. So when a guy actually gives you the money, then you know, oh, this guy is kind of like really into me. But it's like, if you receive love like this by your wife cooking for you every day,
facts.
If your wife doesn't cook for you, you're gonna feel like you're not loved.
I'm walking away from that relationship.
No, exactly. So why is it when it's the other way around as females? Yeah. Why is there a double standard when it comes to that? I'm telling you right now, any man who can that's why the sweet talkers can get away with a lot because they know that women you'll be listening, you'll be dancing, you'll be singing, we'll be dancing to the beat of your drum, okay? But it has to go hand in hand. Your action, action. Like, let's just be normal, guys. Let's be normal. Don't submit to no dysfunction. If sometimes it's also your preference, and also you men also. You try to woo. You don't try woo us with your personality. You woo us with money. Yeah. And then when we start being normal and being accustomed to a certain lifestyle, then you start saying, "Oh, you're just here for the money." Nigga, you paraded the money. You haven't shown me anything else but the money.
Well,
so you can't blame me.
I can't blame you for that, and that's totally the man's fault. Once again,
it's always the broke ones anyway that always be complaining about gifts. Listen, nobody cares. Girls can afford to take themselves out now.
Nobody.
Okay?
You don't finish.
Listen, we can take ourselves out now. So you cannot be complaining about taking me to Hakkasan. Stop it.
Hakkasan. But any girl that comes and makes it a statement that Hakkasan, this and that
no.
is a fail.
Okay, no. And I disagree. Because, listen, let me tell you something. If I'm able, there's a video and a reel that is going out. Wait. If I'm living, hold on. If
She's telling you where she wants
hold
to eat.
on. Yeah.
Who are you?
It's preference. Okay, but hold on, Ade. Okay, because if I wait, hold on. Because that is what I like.
I'm sorry.
If I can pay for myself and I take myself, listen, my friends and I stop it. My friends and I take ourselves out all the time. We take ourselves out. Okay, so if I'm used to a certain like, this is what I like. You can't now come and say you have to take me to. You have to settle for McDonald's.
How dare
Are you mad? So you want me to settle for your stupidity of you eating at McDonald's every day, and there has to be something wrong with me wanting to go to Hakkasan that one time?
You put a standard that they will take you here. Any brother that dates that type of, you are on a loser. Get ready for heartbreak.
You are a loser. Do not listen to the unmarried man. Okay? Do not listen to this bastard. Do you hear me? Because, listen, I love you people. We'll marry one day. You need to understand, okay? If I'm able to live a certain kind of lifestyle on my own, I'm not asking you to bring that to me, okay? And you're coming into my life. Wait, and you're coming into my life. Yeah.
I need to match that standard.
Yeah.
Okay. Congratulations. Just as Anita said, the lifestyle that she's afforded herself and she's comfortable with, once you step into that arena, just make sure you match it or you take her to the next level. Congrats. You are on the way to a winner in that. But my brother, any woman that tells you
do not listen
that
to
this
the man
is the standard of their life, dinner, money spent or whatever, and you agree to that, I say to you confidently,
stop it. What if you are the one that with the money and you're saying, I only eat in Hakkasan, as a man, and if I say no, I want to eat pounded yam and Efurero, you're not going to be, that one we shouldn't throw in the bin.
He's ready because he's the one that's going to go and spend it.
So, but if it's me,
you're telling
now you have double standards.
Ladies and
this
gentlemen,
is the Nigerian in him.
Thank you very much for joining us here
He's a happily
on the
married man.
Afrobeats podcast with myself, Aisha Olaji. Make sure you subscribe, like, share, comment, whatever. We appreciate all the support. And as always, my incredible, talented sister and celebrity guest commentator that comes into the building every time. It is Anita, even though she's got some crazy standards.
No, anyway, I don't have crazy. Don't do that because I'm single, okay? I'm single. Don't ruin it for me, Ade.
But once again, shout outs to the entire team, Afromedia Studios, Willow Studios, LM Media, every single person, IamMauriceShoobs.com. We appreciate you and Yanga TV as well. Until next time, it's same place, same time, and it's peace, and we're out. Your standards are ridiculous.
No, they're not.